Bryce Thompson, and I'm a 6th grader at Northbourne Elementary School. My Genius Hour topic is all about the human brain. I became interested in this topic because I really wanted to know how it works and how it helps our body function, and I think it's a very fascinating thing, and I wanted to learn more about it. So I researched 4 inquiry-based questions about my Genius Hour topic. My questions are: what are the various lobes in the brain responsible for? How does our brain impact our overall function? And how is a person's brain different from who struggles with depression versus someone who's not? And how does food, exercise, and daily habits impact our brain? So my first inquiry-based question: what are the various lobes in the brain responsible for? I researched the 4 main lobes of the brain, which are the occipital lobe, the temporal lobe, the frontal lobe, and the parietal lobe. So the first lobe is the frontal lobe, and it is involved with personality characteristics, decision making, and some smell recognition, and speech ability. The second lobe is the parietal lobe. It is involved with the body's senses, and it helps the brain understand spoken language, interprets pain and touch, and integrating information from the body's 5 senses. The third lobe is the temporal lobe. It is involved with memory, speech, and musical rhythm. And then the last lobe is the occipital lobe, which is involved with vision perception, which includes color, form, and motion. So for my second inquiry-based question, how does our brain impact our overall functioning? I researched how the brain helps our body move and function the way it does each day. So the brain enables pretty much everything we do every day. It does this by using the nervous system to send chemical messages throughout the body, and the messages are made up of billions of neurons that carry the messages to the brain. And the chemical messages are sent from the 5 senses. So the nervous system is the body's command center. It's like the way the body parts communicate with each other, and it's made up of 2 parts, the central and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is like the brain and the spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system are the nerves that run through your body. The neurons are like information messengers, and they use chemical and electrical signals to send the chemical messages throughout the body. And then the 5 senses are the beginning of each chemical message. So my next question is: how is a person's brain different who struggles with depression versus someone who doesn't? And I researched the differences between a depressed and a non-depressed brain. There are many differences, including larger amounts of cortisol being released, parts of the brain shrinking, thinner gray matter, and an overactive amygdala. And sometimes people with depression also resort to substance abuse, which can damage your brain even more. So the first difference is larger amounts of cortisol being released. And when larger amounts of cortisol being released can lead to parts of the brain shrinking, like the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. Another difference is thinner gray matter, and that can result in deteriorating working memory and cognitive control tasks. And an overactive amygdala can, when it's overactive, the anxiety will outweigh the logical parts of the brain and cause you to panic easily. And one final difference is results from substance abuse. So it can affect your memory and cognitive functioning, which are very important things. And some drugs can also affect the way neurons process, receive, and send chemical signals. And my final inquiry-based question: how does food, exercise, and habits impact the brain? I contacted a nutrition and dining expert, Alexandra White. I asked questions about how food, daily habits, and exercising impacts your brain functioning. So food can have many impacts on the brain. It can impact brain development, mood, and memory, and help the brain stay strong. So some nutrients that can impact brain growth are zinc, folate, copper, iron, carbohydrates, and protein. They're very important, especially in the first 3 years of your life for brain development. And also, food can help your brain stay strong. A healthy diet can improve some functions and connections